In this new age of day trading, everything exists to teach you some secret that you didn't already know. Every video, every fake guru, and every last psychology lecture that you think will actually make a change in your trading. In today's video, I want to throw out all the fake gimmicks. This is literally a fake microphone, and I want to teach you guys the truth about day trading psychology. This is my no BS guide that I wish I had when I first started trading. All right, everybody, we're here. I hope everybody's absolutely blessed. Let's hop in. I got my coconut water. Let's go. Shout out bye, by the way. The mindset behind consistent trading. There is one real problem that every single mindset has, right? Let's start with the neutral mindset, right? Most people have this kind of neutral, some good, some bad type of mindset, right? And what this does is your mindset leads to decisions, right? And in those decisions, that mindset causes good decision, bad decision, good decision, bad decision. And what we end up with is an unprofitable system if we have more bads than goods, or whatever the math ends out to be, right? But the mindset shapes the actions, and the actions are what creates goods or bads, and that goods or bads is what either tells you, is your system profitable or not profitable, right? This is the simplest way to explain this, right? And depending on whether or not your mindset's good, you're gonna have less bads, more greens, and then you're going to have a profitable system, right? Super, super simple, right? Let's continue exploring this a little bit deeper, right? Breakdown, bad mindset, all of this stuff, this is bad, right? Fear, ego, impatience, greed, the need to be right, right? The need to be right is something that I struggle with so much. I literally couldn't disconnect from the charts and say like, yo, I don't need to be right. I understand that the market is going to do whatever it's going to do. I don't need to be right, right? That is the thing that took me so long to get away from. And what that did was it made bad actions, right? Bad mindsets lead to bad actions, of course, right? This made me move my stop. You know, I didn't want to be wrong. I didn't want to get stopped out. It made me revenge trade, force the setup, literally just be going from chill to I'm taking this trade because it looks somewhat good, right? And that makes bad results, right? Obviously, losses, inconsistency, frustration, broken rules, right? And that reinforces bad habits, right? It makes you think like, yo, I keep doing the same thing and I'm just going to keep doing this forever. Or it makes you realize things. But most of the time, inconsistency is the one that really, really reinforces bad habits. And I want to pull inconsistency over to the side here for a quick little second, right? Inconsistency is the killer of killers in trading because it makes you think that something that you did good might be bad, or something that you did bad might be good, right? And this is because as we trade, and we go back to this, right? As we trade more and more and more, we end up getting to the point where we have goods and bads, right? And on this trade, since trading is always randomized, there's always a percent chance, right? On this trade, I might have done something bad, but I got a good outcome. And that trains my own mind, if I'm not thinking with a good trading mindset, that what I did here is good, right? Then over here, I might do something good, but I get a bad outcome. And that trains my mind that what I did here is good, or that what I did here is bad, even though it was actually good, right? You see how the market can be incredibly manipulative if we're not careful, right? This is the trading breakdown, and we're gonna hop into the real meat of the video right now. This is the thing that is literally, this is trading psychology. If I can give it to you right now, this is trading psychology, period. You don't need another video after watching this. Emotion happens. What you actually have inside you is you have the choice to choose what happens next, right? The goal is not to never feel emotion, right? Understand this, the goal is not to never feel emotion, but the goal is to stop emotion from controlling your actions, right? That is the biggest takeaway of the whole video. If you get one thing, literally, like, guys, you can click off the video right now, go journal, go talk to chat, go do whatever you have to do to make sure that emotion stops controlling your actions. That is the thing I want you to take away from this video. Feeling does not equal action, right? There is a gap between what you feel and what you do, and that's where discipline lives, right? Discipline is the choice to feel something, because we're all human, we're all gonna feel things, but not act on it. The same way you feel like, I don't wanna go to the gym, but I'm still gonna go to the gym. Same way you feel like, I wanna eat that food, but I'm not gonna act on it, right? That's discipline, and it applies directly to trading, right? So if you hear the buzzword, discipline, understand this framework, right? Discipline is between what you feel and what you do. Every single strategy works. There are people that trade support and resistance. There's people, bro, I literally have a high school counselor, dog. My high school counselor, he's like the lunch detention dude. He literally trades 5-minute order blocks with a trading view indicator, and he made 10K over summer. I'm not even joking. Strategy does not determine if you're profitable or not profitable. For my people strategy hopping, get something that matches you and that you like, and then stick with it and focus on your mindset, right? Mindset determines execution. Even if you have the playbook right in front of you, but you can't execute upon it, that playbook is gonna do you no good. Mindset determines whether you actually follow the playbook and whether you actually get results, right? My bad, y'all. And edge, consistency, long-term results. Boom. That's the entire framework of the video. Okay, you guys get this stuff. Let me hop into some more meat. This is the big takeaway that I want to pull from this video, and I don't think I've seen this framework anywhere on YouTube, right? And this answered the big question that I had for so long, right? If I see so many big traders making all this money with quote unquote good mindsets, how can they all have good mindsets if they act all so different, right? This is why you can build a trader any way, but the only common trait to whether your mindset is good or not, or if it makes a profitable system, is this. If this component is in every single thing that you do, this right here is going to be a profitable mindset, right? We're gonna look at 3 different paths that build the same profitable trader at the end of the day. The Stoic, right? This is the person who literally takes separating emotion and action completely literally, and that's all they care about, right? This is the most fundamental, core, like logical way to become a profitable trader, right? You feel this emotion. You don't care about not feeling it. You don't care about your relationship to it, but you actually just feel the emotion, right? You're aware, I feel it, of course. And then here we go. This is the Stoic advantage. I don't have to obey that emotion I feel. Getting that into your psyche, that's how Stoics go from unprofitable to profitable, because they understand that key gap, right? Stoics are the logical, fundamental ones, right? Discipline, they follow the plan and they get correct actions, right? Because they don't obey the gap, right? They don't obey their feelings, right? They can feel anything without having to obey it, right? Get that into your mind. Next, the Christian, right? This is me. Change the person and you'll change the actions, right? Everybody has an identity, right? And you have values with that identity. For Christians, it's faith, humility, patience, all of these things that are naturally connected to what a profitable trader is, right? You have character, self-control, trust, stewardship, right? Self-control, very big, very important. Trust, because it indirectly changes the way that you value in your relationship to money and success, right? And stewardship, once again, this is how we steward our skills, right? We don't do good one day, do bad one day, but we have a more flat curve because we understand I am stewarding the gifts that God has given me, right? Next, mindset, right? Detached from money, obedience, right? The Christian pretty much takes everything that you need to be as a profitable trader and makes their identity those things, right? So if you want to change your identity to become more like God and in the process find profitability, but most likely do it for God, this is where you want to lay, right? These 3 things change your identity to match these things, and then the actions naturally flow from it, right? Because you actually stop feeling connected and hurt by feelings like anger, fear, frustration, right? The Christian feels internal transformation, becomes a different person, and then their actions from a purified mindset have purified actions, and they make bread on the charts, right? Super simple. Check out this little dollar bill right here. Awesome. Amazing. All right, next thing, the gamer. This is my favorite. This is people like PB Trading. Obviously, they're super disciplined, super experienced. People like even TJR, I'd say. But this is a lot of people who are young getting into trading, and I see this happen so much. They have a bad mindset. Everybody has a bad mindset when you get into trading. But instead, this is what differentiates them. Similar to the Stoic, they detect an alarm state or danger, right? They're like, yo, I'm mad, or yo, this doesn't look good. And I know what happens every time that I'm mad and when the charts don't look good, right? I'm at revenge trade, I'm gonna do this mistake. And I know that most of the time I get a bad outcome. That's why I'm unprofitable. So guess what they do? They do a physical action to literally remove their mindset from creating an action on the charts, right? This is the same thing that the Stoic does, right? The gamer blocks that action with a physical thing, where the Stoic does it with their mind, right? They have a gap, they have a mindset. I don't have to obey that thing that I feel, right? That's the same exact action going on, but the gamer does it physically. They step away from the screen, they close the platform, they lock yourself out, they use a hard rule and take a reset, right? This is corporate AI talk for literally people hopping on Rocket League. If you guys want to become profitable, listen to me for 1 month. When you realize your own triggers, when you realize in your past what makes you do a bad thing and what makes you lose a trade, when those triggers are present in your actual trading experience, either step off or hop on Rocket League. You're profitable. You're profitable. It's that easy. This is the no BS guide to trading psychology. I'm serious, guys. This is the whole thing. Your mindset and your action, right? Bad mindset, bad action. How do you stop your bad mindset from creating a bad action? It's that simple, right? Gamers literally hop on Rocket League. That's why there's someone playing Fortnite and Siege at 9:30 a.m. and they're making more bread than you on the charts. I'm so serious, right? Because they prevent their bad mindset from creating a bad action, they prevent a bad trade. The system doesn't need you to win the argument. It just needs to stop the bad action. This is literally everything. Stop the bad action. Stop the bad action, period. This is the takeaway, right? All of these different things that are similar but different, so different, the gamer, the Christian, the Stoic, all are different frameworks but create the same trader and the same profitability, right? Disciplined execution. right? This is what all of these different things point towards, right? And these are the fruits, like I like to say fruits of the spirit because I'm that Christian, right? Praise God. But these are traits or fruits of disciplined execution, not over trading, not revenge trading. This is the stuff that you see when you see a regular trading psychology video and they're like, all right, I'm gonna just tell you what to do, right? Like, no, that doesn't work. You need to stop the action because I know all of you guys know every single one of these. Like I can really cross this out. Everybody knows the whole thing, right? This is not the point, but this is the fruits of disciplined execution. So I'm pretty sure that you guys understand the main framework we're getting at today between mindset and action and stopping the bad mindset before it creates a bad action and thus bad results. But I want to take a look at the bright side, right? What is the long-term result? If you make correct decisions for a long enough time, what happens, right? If you follow that framework that we gave you for enough time, what ends up happening? Let's run through these really fast. Disciplined execution creates consistency. Consistency doesn't have to be a week, a month. It can be a shorter period, a bigger period. It doesn't matter. Consistency just has to mean similarity in results over a certain period. So if your job is, I want to be consistent this month, similar results this month, right? Follow one of these frameworks that we've given you in this video for the next month, and I guarantee you will see a degree of consistency. Consistency over a long enough time period creates longevity, right? And from there, longevity, we get profitability, and from there, we get success, guys. Understand this ladder, right? Disciplined execution is first, right? But disciplined execution does not immediately make profitability and success, right? The second you become profitable, you don't become successful as well. Profitability does not equal success, guys. Profitability plus time equals success. I wish I could have some kind of like little timeline on this because if you were to just go on a consistent disciplined execution streak duration, right? I'm literally going to write this down. Hopefully you can see because it's underlined, it's important. If you went on a disciplined execution streak for a week, you would become consistent over the next month, right? For the next month, you were consistent, right? And that month of consistency now becomes your new normal. That is what creates longevity, right? Longevity over maybe a month or two. The way these new evals work, it can be a month and you'll become profitable. You have longevity for enough time to pass your accounts to get a payout. That is when you reach profitability, right? Longevity, I would say your first payout is probably somewhere around here, right? You don't become profitable the second you get your first payout, right? Everybody loves to say, yo, I'm profitable, I got my payout. But no, you have to prove profitability for a period of time to become profitable, right? Profitability, your first payout right here. Then you are profitable. From there, it is a matter of time about how long you can be profitable for, right? How long can you keep your disciplined execution streak for until you reach success? Guys, I have given you the entire framework that you need. I want everyone to click off this video right now. Don't even waste any more time. Figure out in yourself, what bad mindset traits do I have and how are they corrupting my actions? Then think about how do I stop my bad mindset from corrupting my actions and creating bad actions? That is the entire point of this video. Whether you change yourself to fix your mindset so that your actions can't be corrupted, or whether you literally find a fidget toy to press and hold on every single time 3 different checklist boxes haven't been pressed on the market. The one thing that is going to give you a profitable mindset and a profitable execution ability is understanding how to stop mindset from affecting actions. I hope this video is helpful to you guys. I'm super blessed to be able to sit down and film this for you guys. I hope you guys have a blessed one. Continue working hard, family. The light's at the end of the tunnel. Jesus loves you, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.